Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a random review. I'm Random Ross and today I am reviewing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So this is directed by James Mangold and it stars of course Harrison Ford with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Antonio Banderas, John Rhys-Davies, Toby Jones, Boyd Holbrook, Ethann, Isidore, and Mads Mikkelsen. So this is the fifth installment in the Indiana Jones series, and I believe it's the last one. And in this, basically, we go back to the Second World War where Indiana Jones was on a mission with this scientist guy, archaeologist guy, played by Toby Jones, and he wants to stop these Nazis from getting the Dial of Destiny. And then many years later, in 1969, the daughter of his good friend, who is Indy's goddaughter, wants to get hold of this Dial of Destiny to make profits out of it. And of course, Mads Mikkelsen's character, he wants the Dial to win the war against the Nazis, and Indiana cannot let that happen. So that's the plot there. I'm not going to give anything away because this is a fairly new film and it's just come out today in the UK as of the recording of this video. So what did I like about this? Well, first of all, the CGI was a bit more improved. Yeah, it was still in a studio, some scenes, and yeah, there was still some CGI, but this is the 21st century. We're in a digital age, so I guess they were up in the times and that with it, but not as caked in CGI as much as the last one. Also, the effects on de-aging him in the opening act of this film was very well done. I like the de-aging they did on that. I'm thinking soon they're not going to be able to need actors for films because they can just supercompose them or CGI them into the film, whatever. But still, they did a couple practical stuff. I liked the brief parts from like John Rhys-Davies returning as Salar. It was nice to see him. I mean, he wasn't in a lot of it. He was in, a couple scenes here and there. But like I said, it was nice to see him in it, like an old friend from the original trilogy. We even get a brief cameo from Karen, what's her name? That's it, Karen Allen as Marion. That makes a brief appearance in it. And of course, we also find that in between the last film, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and this one, there's been a lot going on with Indy's life. And of course, we go. I like that we also go to full fantasy in this. We don't go to the whole science fiction absurdity like the last film did. Even though I'm open to stuff like that with ancient cultures and aliens. But for the Indiana Jones brand, I don't think it's for that. But I like that they kept the fantasy in there. The fantasy and the adventure. And of course, like classic Indiana Jones, we got Nazis again. Evil Nazis. Will they ever learn to not mess with Indiana Jones, and won't they accept their loss in that universe? Of course, it's set in 1969 around the time of the moon landing as well. I liked the support characters we got in this too, including Phoebe Waller. Just look again on the wiki page. Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Helena, who was, like I say, Indy's goddaughter, and she tagged along. Well, no, she was in on the whole adventure and that. And the young kid they had on there this time, played by Ethann Isidore. We also had, you know, a supporting part from Antonio Banderas, and I didn't recognise him at first. So only when I started talking and I got a proper good look, I thought, oh, that's Antonio Banderas. So I didn't recognise him upon at first. Mads Mikkelsen, well, he's pretty much, at this point, good at being bad. He's good at playing a bad guy, and yeah, he delivered on this, playing a villain, and he was like the main villain of this one. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. The guy is 80 years old. He's nearly 81, and the fact that he's still doing Indiana Jones now, I mean, probably not as physically fit as he used to be, but like he said, he has no plans of retiring anytime soon, and he'll be making his MCU debut as the new Phoebus Ross in Captain America Brave New World, where he'll be Red Hulk. Because, of course, William Hurt had passed on. But, yeah, Harrison Ford, he still had it, you know, he obviously, you know, was like knowing what he was getting in for and that. The fact that he still has it in him to be Indiana Jones, I thought, you know, good, you know, he's like, I like saying, yeah, if you think you got the knack, then do it. And he did. And, of course, he was playing like the grumpy old man this time, but still, donning that leather jacket, the hat and the whip, just, you know, not as shirtless as he used to be, because he's not as muscular anymore, because, like I say, the guy's 80, but still, giving us a performance as Indiana Jones, again, which I think would probably be one last time, and the fact they're still making these films now, but like I said, I don't think they're going to make any more of these films, from what I can gather. But if they made another one, round it up to a second trilogy, then I guess, yeah, but of course George Lucas and Steven Spielberg still had involvement as executive producers. Of course, this was distributed by Disney and Lucasfilm with a Paramount's association, because it was Paramount that produced the original films, and of course we all know about George Lucas selling his films and his film rights and everything to Disney. So Disney pretty much had half the rights of Indiana Jones, and at this point they pretty much, or I imagine they must have bought all the rights to stream them on Disney Plus, and Dial of Destiny, you know, has had Disney's involvement in that. But, you know, I just thought this was a good popcorn flick, something to switch your mind off to. Was it as good as the others? No. It will never beat the original trilogy, but it was an improvement from The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So ratings, what am I going to give this one? You know what, I'll give Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny a... I'll give it a... Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5 for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So there you go. There's my review on on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Have you seen it yet? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. And if you love horror, I have a channel for that too down below in the comments, so feel free to check all that out. So yeah, that's it for this video. So yep, until next time, I bid you all a goodbye friends, goodbye.